Hey, what's up, Lightbolt Joe here. Today we are going to discuss the 2019 film, I'm not even going to give it a genre, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, written and directed by Quentin Tarantino. This is his 9th film, I think. I love Quentin. He's done incredible work. Pulp Fiction is incredible. Both Kill Bills are incredible. Wasn't too... Django Unchained was incredible. Obviously, physics was not a thing in that movie, but still, like, it was pretty badass. I did not like this movie. I didn't want to see this movie when it first came out. Trailer makes it seem like a neat little Hollywood story mingled into the 1969 murders of Sharon Tate and friends, right? Because of the Manson family and their cult. That's what the trailer makes it seem, right? Why does it have to be 2 hours and 40 minutes long to show that? So I'm watching it. Now, Leo did a great job. Leonardo DiCaprio did a great job. Brad Pitt did a great job. He won an Academy Award for it. And there was an Academy Award for production design, I think, something like that. So it won 2 Oscars, and it got a slew of other awards and nominations throughout all of, the last award season. Let's see, who else? Timothy Olyphant was in it for a hot second. Al Pacino was in it for a hot second. Emile Hirsch was a main-ish character. Nah, it's more supporting. And then you had Margot Robbie as Sharon Tate. So it was shown as this film where it's just how the lifestyle of the late 60s in Hollywood was. Who is questioning career choices, who's sleeping with who when, who's marrying who where, who's living where, what's going on at the Manson, what's going on with the Manson family at the ranch that they inhabited, things of that nature, right? Now, I'm watching it and I see 2 distinctly different movies. You have one of Brad Pitt and Leo's characters figuring out their places in the new Hollywood. And then you have a different film of the build-up of the murders of Sharon Tate and her friends at Roman Polanski's rented house, right, in Los Angeles. So the movie goes on. It's very dramatic. Parts. The best action sequence was Brad Pitt and the guy who played Bruce Lee were having their little, play fight, if you will. And Brad's character of Cliff just picks up the guy and throws him on a car. I thought that was pretty neat, to be honest. But that was the only action sequence I truly enjoyed. The whole murdering scenes at the end were pretty entertaining, but it was mainly a dog that did most of it. And then pause my speech. So 3/4 into the movie, we're over an hour and 40 at this point, right? At the hour and 40 mark is when the build-up to the October 8th, 1969 murders happen, right? So it says at 12:30 p.m., Sharon's friend or whatever comes over for lunch. At 7:30 p.m., Sharon and friends, go to El Coyote Mexican restaurant for food and drink or whatever. At 10 p.m., they go back to the house, things of the nature, right? So you have that Sharon Tate story, but then you also have the Cliff Booth and the Rick Dalton story, because Rick somehow lives next door to Roman Polanski's house in this story. So then the 4 Manson members drive up the secluded street, the private street, as Leo declared, and then they just go back down, try to formulate a plan, and they're like, yeah, let's just kill all these Hollywood people. And then the buildup goes that these 3 Manson family members are ramping up to break into the Polanski house, to kill Emile Hirsch's character, to kill Margot Robbie's character, to kill the other friends that are there, etc., right? But it doesn't happen that way. It turns out they're breaking into Rick Dalton's house, and there's this fight with Brad Pitt's character and the dog Rosie, and then Leo's newly Italian wife who's sleeping in the bedroom, and Leo's just headphones on in a pool smoking a cigarette at 12:30 a.m. sort of a thing. So everything was changed. You had all this historical accuracy of the Manson family, right? And then it wasn't a Manson family murder of the Polanski house. It was a Rick Dalton-esque attempted murder, but all 3 family members were killed. That's not how any of that went. Not how any of that went. It's confusing why history was rewritten in this fictitious sense when it was alluded to with how the story was being told, with how the trailer perceived it, that it was a build-up to the 2 murders on that August 8th and August 9th, 1969. I don't get it. What was the point? What was the point? Is it just a conversational piece to make you thinking? To have us literally sit down right now and discuss it? Yes, this is an art movie. This is an art piece. This is not a blockbuster film. I get it. This is a Sundance-esque film, but it was pitched to the public as a blockbuster film. This was not a blockbuster film. I did not go ooh and ah and cheer and shout during this film. I was like, ugh, for most of it. Why is there 10 seconds of panning as someone smokes a cigarette and throws a cigarette down? Like, I don't need that. If you're pitching it as a blockbuster film, that's not a blockbuster film. That's an art piece film. If you wanted it to be portrayed as an art piece film, then show it as an art piece film. But that's not how this was. So it was just a lost in translation bit. I don't understand how so many people like this movie. I didn't like it. And it's unfortunate because I love all the actors and actresses who were a part of that. Everyone did an incredible job, whether it was following the script or ad-libbing, as Brad Pitt did for some of it. Margot did a great job. The girl from American Housewife who plays Anna Cat, I can never remember her name, but she had an astounding character playing against Leo in many of these scenes. Great. Tim, like I said, was in this for half a second, and it was announced that he's in season 2 of Mandalorian. Can't wait to see him. Al Pacino was playing this producer guy for 4 scenes, and that was it. This is a 2-hour and 40-minute movie, and you have Al Pacino in 4 scenes? Who are you? No. It was just, I did not like it. I don't know what else to say. I'm offending everyone and their mother right now, but I can't be the only one who didn't like it. It was not the movie that it was pitched to be via the trailer and how the first 3/4 of the movie was showing it to be. That last quarter of the film, let me tell you, once you hit that hour and 40-minute mark, everything just changes in the non-historical fiction sense because it just completely rewrote the story. You're like, okay, is this an alt universe version? If Rick Dalton and Cliff Booth were in that house at that same time? My brain hurts. We got to stop. We got to stop talking about it. If you need to disagree or agree, by all means, comment down below. And let's discuss it. Because I'm confused why this was so popular. I don't get it. Really don't. I'm sorry. Mucho mahalo.